Welcome to those joining us today. I'm with Chad Goodman, one of our partners here at HHM CPAs, and Chelsea O'Shields. She's one of our tax managers. Today we're going to be talking about tax planning and some year-end things that you can be doing to get ready for next year's tax filing season. Chad and Chelsea, as you're starting to talk with clients, what are some topics that you're beginning to address and bring up with clients about year-end tax planning?
Yeah.
So generally when we start that discussion, it's getting year-to-date financials, whether that's through October or November, and starting to dive into, how do they think their year-end is going to finish up? Are the financials that we're receiving accurate? Do they need some help cleaning up the books maybe before year-end so we can get a better picture of where their taxable income is going to finish up?
Yeah. And then for some of our smaller clients, once we get that information, determine it's accurate, annualize it for the full year, we consider some year-end tax planning items such as an accrual to cash conversion. We've seen that a few times. What else do we have, Chad, at year-end?
Just some other items you're going to have is, planning. Is there fixed asset purchases that need to happen before year-end so they can maximize their depreciation deduction to reduce tax? Is there year-end bonuses they need to consider that they'll be accruing at year-end before planning for the owner's taxable income? Those type of items. There's also pass-through entity elections are becoming a big deal as these more and more states begin to enact and allow you to pay tax at the state level for your pass-through entity and allows you to get a federal deduction, which then reduces your federal tax on the individual level. So that's one of the items, depending on what state you're in and when it was enacted, looking into that pass-through entity election and does it make sense for your pass-through business?
Yeah. And one important thing to note that Chad kind of touched on, year-end depreciation. This is the last year, I believe, where 100% bonus depreciation is allowed. I think going forward it'll phase out from 80%, 60%, and onward until it's completely phased out, unless tax law changes. That's kind of what we're expecting. And then another important item, especially at end of year, if a client has had a large project or a large building purchase, land purchase, we could consider a cost segregation study to pull out some of that property that could be subject to bonus depreciation.
One thing that I notice clients are going to have a hard time maybe figuring out is, of those items, which ones need to happen by 12/31, and then which ones could possibly drag out into next year where we don't necessarily have to make a decision before the end of the year?
Yeah, great question. So items like bonuses, comp going out to owners have to be paid before year-end. If you're going to purchase equipment, that needs to be done by 12/31. If you're going to make a large charitable deduction, whether that's to a donor-advised fund, maybe your foundation you have, or just to an organization you support, that needs to be done by 12/31. You're not allowed to accrue those charitable-type items. A cost segregation study, like Chelsea just mentioned, that can be done all the way up until the time that you file your tax return.
Yep.
And then items like retirement contributions, if you have maybe a SEP plan or an IRA, those can typically occur up until the time when you actually file your tax return. So,
yeah, as always, it seems like there's a lot of moving pieces with these. So it really comes down to like a case-by-case situation. So hopefully these have brought up areas that we can ask questions to our CPAs, or if you're one of our clients, can reach out to who you have a contact here with, and we can help you kind of move through this.
Yeah, this time of year is when those decisions need to be made, or at least project for those decisions to be made the following year. This is the time of year when you should know best what next year's taxes are going to look like. So definitely talk to your accountant. We're happy to help as well. Give you a big picture of things so you're not surprised come April 15th.
Yep. Thank you guys for coming on. Thanks for sharing these topics. We hope this helps, and we look forward to seeing you guys in some more of our tax planning videos.
Yep. Thanks, Matthew.
Thanks.